All right, let's talk about a blueprint for a smarter, more profitable, and genuinely sustainable way of doing business. We're diving deep into the circular economy.
So, why the big push for a new model? Well, get this. Right now, a staggering 91% of all the materials we pull from the Earth are never cycled back into the economy. Think about that. It's basically a one-way trip to the landfill. And you know what? This isn't just bad for the environment, it's a massive economic blunder.
You see a system like that, this whole take, make, waste thing, and it forces you to ask a really important question. Is this honestly the best we can do? The answer, of course, is no, not even close. There is a much, much smarter way to build our world.
So, what is the alternative? Well, that brings us right to our first big idea, the circular imperative. Let's break down the economic model that's specifically designed to fix that huge 91% problem.
You know, the difference here looks simple, but it is absolutely profound. The old way, the linear economy, it's a straight line. You take, you make, and you dispose. That's it, a dead end. But the circular model, it changes one critical word. You make, you use, and then, this is the key, you regenerate. It's not a line anymore, it's a loop.
So let's put a pin in it. What exactly is the circular economy? Well, at its very core, it's a system that's literally designed to get rid of waste completely. And you've got to think way bigger than just recycling here. We're talking about designing products so they can be repaired, using materials that can be reused, and building systems where nothing is ever really thrown away. It all just flows right back into the value chain.
Okay, so we've got the what and we've got the why. Now it's time for the how. This next part is the real meat and potatoes, our implementation blueprint. This is your practical guide for turning these big ideas into real-world action.
And here it is, the 4-step plan. First, you have to assess. It's simple. You can't fix what you don't measure, so you've got to find out where your waste is coming from. Second, you redesign. This is where the real innovation happens, rethinking your products for a longer life, for reuse. Third, implement. You start small with pilot projects and you find partners, because let me tell you, this is not a solo mission. And finally, you scale. You take what's working, you learn from the data, and you use that to transform your entire operation.
All right, a blueprint sounds great, in theory. But what does this actually look like out in the wild? Let's take a look at circularity in action. I mean, just listen to this. We eliminated 10,000 tons of waste and unlocked a new revenue stream. This quote just gets right to the heart of it all. It's not just about doing good, it's about being smart in business. You're cutting waste and creating new ways to make money. This is all the proof you need that sustainability and profitability are really just two sides of the same coin.
And this is happening everywhere you look. Fashion brands are now offering repair services, tech companies are running these huge take-back programs to refurbish old phones and laptops, car makers are designing vehicles for disassembly from the get-go, even the food industry is getting in on it, turning waste into totally new products. Believe me, this has moved way beyond some niche concept. It's a core business strategy now.
Which naturally brings us to the bottom line, the business case. So beyond just doing the right thing, why should a CEO or an investor actually care? I mean, what's the real ROI here?
Okay, here's the crucial shift in perspective. In today's world, staying linear is actually the risky move. You're completely exposed to rising costs and super fragile supply chains. The circular model, it flips every single one of those risks right into an opportunity. We're talking cutting costs, building resilience, and winning over modern consumers. It's a no-brainer.
And the sheer scale of this opportunity, it's just mind-boggling. We're not talking about a small trend. Projections show a multi-trillion-dollar market that's just poised for explosive growth. This is one of the biggest economic shifts happening in our lifetime. For anyone investing, the message could not be clearer. This is where the growth is going to be.
So with all this momentum, where is everything headed? Let's take a look down the road, because one thing is for sure, the future is circular.
And hey, this isn't some far-off dream. Just look at the milestones coming up. Really soon, ESG and circularity metrics will just be standard procedure in reporting. By 2028, you can expect to see digital passports that track a product's entire journey. And by 2035, circular design will be a fundamental skill taught in business and engineering schools. The shift is already on the calendar.
So if you remember one thing from all this, let it be this. The circular economy is not some side project environmental idea anymore. It is the new blueprint for a competitive, resilient business. It's the engine for innovation and for creating real, long-term value.
We've laid out the problem, the solution, the step-by-step blueprint, and the rock-solid business case. The path forward is pretty clear, and the tools are all right there for us to use. So the final question really is for you. The blueprint exists.
What are you going to build with it?